This could have happened to anyone's son. This could have happened to anyone. If he was not a man to look for conflict, he would not fight anyone. It was an execution. If there's someone out there that will do it again, or probably has done it already. And we need to make sure that we do our job to keep Americans safe.
Who killed Tyler Wilkin? Desperate friends have been begging for answers ever since the 35-year-old American was found shot dead execution style on a Puerto Rican beach on July 10th. The Ohio native had sent his final message just before 2 a.m. that day, and in the hours leading up to his death, had mentioned a howling man was near his tent and fireworks being let off. Local police now say they have a person of interest in the case, but no arrests have been made. Tyler's friends are now pleading with anyone with information to come forward to solve the mystery of his murder. We spoke to Julie Santiago about her friend's unsolved murder. Julie, do you mind introducing yourself to our audience?
I'm Julie. I'm born and raised in Puerto Rico in the metropolitan area, and Tyler Ray Wilkin is my friend.
How long have you known Tyler Wilkin?
For about a year and a half.
Can you describe your relationship with Tyler?
So Tyler and I were friends because we were part of the same friends group. And he would always have ideas for get-togethers or, go camping or go to the beach or let's celebrate, let's do this, let's do that. He would always be the initiator of bringing people together. So that was who Tyler was. And I was part of that friend group, of that close friend group.
Are you familiar with the area around Playa La Selva where authorities located Tyler's body?
Yes, Playa La Selva is a protected natural reserve from the DRNA. And it's a place where people go camping. I've never heard of such an incident like Tyler's happen in that beach. There's rumors, obviously, just like there's rumors in Culebras, in Vieques, that there's drug drop-offs. But that's part of living on an island, right? I would just tell you that place, La Selva, is a place where people go camping and people go disconnect. And people that love fishing also go fishing, crab fishing as well at night. So it's a well-known area for that.
Julie, when you first heard about the details about Tyler's death, what first went through your mind?
I just couldn't believe it. I had to I gasped, literally. I was like, is this a joke? What's, I just couldn't believe it. I froze. Tyler was the way that he died was not him running away or anything. He was facing the ocean probably with his eyes closed, probably kneeling down at 3 feet distance to the back of his head. It was an execution. It was an execution. And they took his wallet. So they robbed him for whatever the money he had, probably $300. I have no idea. They took his life away. I'm just still shocked.
Julie, what do you know about the text messages Tyler sent his girlfriend about someone he referred to as the Howler?
So I know that it happened. So he was dropped off Wednesday, and on Wednesday night he heard someone howling, making animal noises, who howls? A wolf. And he described this person as rowdy, loud. He described this person lighting up fireworks at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. He also described this person as someone that if he thinks he knows, because he said this, if I think is the person, because some of our friends texted him hey, be careful, you're a gringo, we use that terminology, in La Selva, in a place where, you could get robbed or anything can happen. We let him know this. And he described the person as, if he's the person that I think is howling, then he's a short dude. I can basically defend myself. He didn't say those exact words, but that's what he said to our friend. So we learned that. And then we also learned that the Howler was back. The Howler came back that following day. The following night, I apologize, on Thursday night. And that he did text a friend that he wanted to go check out the Howler. He wanted to see who this person was. He was thinking, this person is like having a great time. Like, I want to learn to understand who he is. He was always out and about. He was fearless. He wanted to be in nature. He didn't care if it was alone or with a group of friends. And no one could stop him because that's who he is or who he was. If there's one beautiful thing that Tyler had or still has, because we're still here representing him, is the love of friends. Like, he didn't have any enemies. He didn't have any confrontation, any drama, like none of that. You know, Tyler was a person that everyone loved. And we're working on this investigation together. We communicate together. We're constantly looking for answers. We are exposing ourselves because we want not just justice for Tyler, but closure. And I think it's important to get that closure. And the only way we can get that closure is understanding who did it and why.
Julie, are you frustrated with the lack of communication and development from local authorities in Puerto Rico?
100%. I know they cannot bring enough information to us because the case may get complicated. But the simple fact that the news interviewed the director of the police, and his expressions were like, "This is the first time I'm hearing about the howling," lets me know there's a lack of communication in the organization, because, you know, that information was provided since day one. I even provided a Google Drive with a folder structure from the days that the event happened with potential suspect that we've identified. I've provided the screenshots of the messages, the URLs of stuff that we found. Like, they have everything well organized in a folder structure, and that was sent through WhatsApp directly to the agent that's in charge of this case. I think it's up to the media and the community to continue to cover Tyler's story so that it could lead to an arrest. I'm not sure if this person will be the one, but I do believe that the media plays a huge part into getting justice and closure for Tyler, and that the more that Tyler is spoken about, the more that the people start understanding what happened, the more that the people start understanding that this could have happened to any fisherman, this could have happened to anyone's son, this could have happened to anyone, because he was not in a bad route in his life. He was not a man to look for conflict. He would not fight anyone, you know? This could have happened to anyone. As long as people continue to understand and the media continues to cover his story, I do believe we will get an arrest. Because if there's one thing that I know, is that Puerto Rico is such a small island and people talk. People talk. Someone out there knows something. Someone out there is staying silent. Someone out there thinks that maybe could have been this person, but they're afraid to talk to the police. And it's important that whoever has the slightest doubt that someone they know could have been the person, they speak up.